Hi, I'm Lennon K. Riley, young adult fantasy author of The Last Heir of Excalibur and In the Land of Gods and Monsters. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about where do you start? How do you start with the seed of an idea that you have that you just can't shake and turn it into a full-length book? So that seed can turn into a logline, and that's how I like to begin before I even start outlining. Is I like to have a logline, which is just a one-liner summing up the plot or what the book is going to be about. And a logline just kind of helps put all that into focus for me, so it's not just a jumble of ideas going through my head. And often those jumble of ideas aren't really connected or can't really connect. So being able to sum up protagonist, goal, antagonist, conflict really helps me and helps me focus. So I know maybe this idea that I'm trying to merge with this other idea isn't going to work. They can't go together. They're two separate stories completely. And sometimes they do work in the same story, like a salad kind of meshes together really well. But the logline essentially helps me figure that out. To craft a logline, you need a protagonist. Who is your main character? A goal and a conflict. So what does your main character want? Okay, you've got that. So what's the antithesis of that? If I want the last slice of pumpkin pie, but so does my husband, there's my conflict. I have something I want, but there's someone else that also wants that and can get in the way. And that's where your antagonist and conflict come in. And then finally, what are the unique elements? A lot of times with writing novels, you want to have something that is the same, so you know what to compare it to, where it fits in. You also want something that's different. What are you bringing to the table that hasn't been done before? It is super helpful for the hook. So I like to put this in there when I'm developing my logline because I like to know what makes my book stand out. What's the hook? What is really cool and going to pull people in? One example of this that I love to share, it's not mine. I got it from Dax Shepard off of his Armchair Expert podcast. And it is, what if there were 3 roommates? 2 who are straight, 1 who is pretending to be gay. But instead of Three's Company with 2 girls and a guy, what if it were 2 guys and a girl? So that shows you how it's similar. If you liked Three's Company, you will probably like this. And it also shows you how it's different. So why would I watch this when I've seen Three's Company like a million times? Well, this is a different take. Another great example of a strong logline that can help you shape your idea is a logline from Titanic. It's a movie everybody's seen. We all know and love it. The logline is a young artist and a wealthy socialite fall in love aboard the doomed ship Titanic, facing tragedy as it meets its watery end. Tells us everything we need to know. We know it's going to be a romance, and we know that it's going to be historically accurate, sticking to the fateful end of the Titanic. A good book logline from another known favorite. A lot of you would be familiar with The Hunger Games. The logline for that is a 16-year-old archer volunteers to take her sister's place in a publicized life or death game where only 1 of 24 children will survive. That tells you everything. We've got our protagonist, we've got our goal, and we've got the conflict. Why is this a problem that she is taking her sister's place in this game? Because only 1 out of 24 children survive. So there you go. A strong logline that kind of helps you center your plot. Protagonist, a goal, and that conflict. And if you can, add in that unique element. What about it is different than anything they would have read before. What stands out? What is intriguing to you? What pulled you to this idea? Because it most likely will also pull your readers. For more writing advice and writing tips like this, subscribe to my channel and stay tuned on newly posted videos.